you know what, with these little things I don't know what I'm doing, right? Rob here. Okay, so we've gone through two of the main pillars of our well-being, our drivers of form of sleep and exercise. But let's talk a little bit more about how to begin. Okay, because I know many people at the start of a well-being journey can feel overwhelmed. They can feel overwhelmed. So how do we get going? How do we start? Now, I work with an Olympic athlete or an ex-Olympian, double Olympian, Jack Green. And Jack just talks about the first steps on a journey to better well-being. And those first steps can be the most difficult, but actually we've just got to choose to take them. And again, it's about being intentional and deciding that prioritising well-being is important to you, and then taking that step forward. And look, it's as easy as that, one little step forward, right? So there's a big bit about self-kindness in this, and we'll definitely have a specific session on kindness through this journey. But really, really be kind to yourself when we're starting something new. And so, if your idea is you want to start running and you can only run for 5 minutes, then run for 5 minutes. Run for 5 minutes, and if that's enough for you day one, that's fine. Then the next time you come back, run for 6 minutes. And build it up over time. But it's often that first step forward that feels just insurmountable, and it's not. So, start small and be kind to yourself along the way. And we will slip up, we will miss sessions, and that's okay. We're not Olympic athletes here. We're not trying to run a marathon necessarily. We're not trying to ride the Tour de France, which I did a few years ago when I could ride my bike. We're not trying to be meditating for an hour. We're not trying to have the perfect financial plan. We're not trying to have the best sense of purpose in the world. We're trying to move forward from A to B, where B is better well-being and more intent. Okay? So tip one is to start small and just decide to make that step. Move in, okay? Move in, lean into it. And the second point is just to be really kind to yourself along this journey. So anything we do that is being proactive about our well-being will have an incremental gain. And there's this great concept of the aggregation of marginal gains. So if we do a number of little things and aggregate them up, then we've got a big movement. So it's quite a common term in elite sport where you're trying to find the little increments that can improve. But actually, if we can get outside for a few minutes each day, if we can perhaps meditate for a few minutes each day, if we can schedule some exercise 4 times a week, if we can think about tweaking our nutrition plan to be more nutritious, if we can reach out and connect to some friends we haven't spoke to but who we care about for a while, all of those things will add up to greater well-being. We will move down that continuum more towards thriving because we're being intentional about our well-being. But the things I've spoken about there, they're little things. We can do that. So just try and build that small step idea into your routine, and it comes from prioritising and choosing to prioritise well-being. Now, I think sometimes knowing your why of this is really important too, and we'll talk about broader purpose on the journey too, as it's a key driver, I think, of our well-being and our form. But thinking about your why in respect of your well-being is often quite helpful. The kind of so what, why should we do this? Well, actually, we can be happier, we can be healthier, but I think there's a great untapped performance opportunity that we can get by being intentional about our well-being. The biggest cost of mental ill health in the UK to employers is of presenteeism, people underperforming in the workplace because of suboptimal mental health, or being not as close to that thriving end that I talk about a lot. So actually, by understanding that if we can prioritise our well-being, we can be better employees, we can be better partners, husbands, wives, we can be better fathers and mothers to our children. If I get good sleep, I'm a better father. I can connect with my children because I've got more energy. If I'm taking those breaks to focus on my children, then clearly I'm a better father because my life is more balanced. So Understanding the benefits is really important, and just allowing that to kind of settle over in a relaxed way. So just think about your why with this, and then allow yourself to take that step. Okay? Still don't know what I'm doing with those.